Jambo mahali pote unapotutizama. Bado tuko katika shamba la House of Hope hapa Syokimau. Tunaendelea kujielimisha jinsi ya kulisha ng'ombe, na kitu moja yenye tumeona changamoto katika mashamba mingi tumetembea ni kuwa wakulima wanalemewa kukaa na wafanyikazi. One of the greatest achievement of Bwana Moses here is that he has been able to maintain some employees for 22 years. Another one has been here for 16 years, and most of them, they are over 10 years in this farm. And we asked him what is the secret behind it. And also we asked, since you have plenty of water, is there something else you do in your dairy farm? And Mr. Moses has taken us through the dairy farm, the fodder production section, and also he has some vegetables he does in the farm. Some of it goes to the school, some of it goes to the shop. So whenever you walk to the House of Hope shop, you will get vegetables there, you will get milk grown in the farm, well maintained, and he has done very, very, very well. But there are some two things that he has told us about this farm. One is that water is a big secret. Number two is the human resource is also a big secret. Maybe, Bwana Moses, you can help us to break that one down further.
Well, for as long as we have had our school, we have had a farm. And from the early days, maybe by the third year or fourth year of being here, we were blessed to drill a borehole, and which supplies all the water needs for the school, from sanitation, hygiene to farming. So we have about a 600 feet borehole that does all this work. So a critical part of our school is our farm, our crop farm, where yes, we grow fodder for the cows, but also quite importantly we grow food for our children in the school. We have various type of crops here. We have spinach, we have like this is butternut squash. Behind there we have some kale, skuma. We grow some onions. We grow some. We also grow some eggplants. We grow various type of crops. We don't buy any vegetables for cooking in the school. And also for my people who work in the farm and with the cows, this is one of the ways of motivating them. Everybody gets a bunch of vegetables in the evening, plus something like some tomatoes, something like an onion for cooking, and also they all get also a liter of milk every day. So it's a way ya kupatia mtu motisha na moral pia kesho tunasukuma kazi.
As we have a walk in this farm, Bwana Moses, there we have seen a system of irrigation where you are using the metallic pipes. Now you are into the plastic, and you have shown us some metallic pipes that were put in year 2006. You have the plastic ones. Why did you shift from this one to the other one?
Ideally, the metallic irrigation system was underground. It was about 4 feet below the ground. And so most of the time when we had a leakage, we would only know that we have a leakage when we see water on the ground, which means it has seeped from 4 feet below. And that was quite a big problem. So we had to keep excavating them. And then our borehole water is also slightly salty. So it is quite, it makes the pipes rust a lot. So in the year 2013, we switched that and put we call them HD pipes, the black ones. And since then, those ones are above the ground, they are laid on the ground, very quick to service. And that's what we usually do.
Now, on this system, this I can see is where you have your kales, the skuma wiki.
Yes.
I can see a pipe running from this end to the other end, another end to the other end. Mm-hmm. Maybe, how does this piping work?
So on the other side, we have a big pipe we call the main pipe that brings the water from the tank. Then that pipe is connected to a small pipe that supplies this portion that has the skuma with water. Then that small pipe has these are called drip lines. So hii unafungia kutoka pale kwa ile pipe iko na maji inakuja hapa, then you tie it to a stick so that maji isimwagike. Then when this one supplies water, the drip line, as it's called, it's a drip irrigation system, so inatoa maji pole pole. So when you are planting, once you set them on the ground and you have your seedlings, kama ni za sukuma, fungulia maji kwanza, itoe maji kidogo, uone pale mchanga imekuwa wet, plant there your seedlings. So wakati umeweka hapo hivyo, the water consumption is very little, inatumia maji kidogo and it grows. You can see behind there, hiyo sukuma vile inatoshana, and much of it has here, I think in December we had maybe 5 days of rain, so much of what you're seeing here is still the irrigation system.
Now maybe does it matter the dimension, the length of this pipe, and also the width? Does it really matter?
The length matters, because the longer it is, the more it drops the pressure. When I'm measuring, a trick that I use to measure how much a plant takes. For example, if I come to like this drip line here, hizi sukuma zinaweza kuwa maybe 100 of them. To get the efficiency, I pick the last one, because ile iko pale inapata maji ya kwanza, ndio inapata ya mwisho. So I'll come here maybe to the last hole of the drip and I put a small container kama ile kupima dawa, and I open the drip irrigation for like 10 minutes, which is what we usually open. Tukifungulia hii system kama hapa kwa hizi sukuma for 10 minutes, nitaona kwa kitu kamejaa maji inatoshana aje. So I'll be able to know. So when you want to measure how much water your crops are getting in a drip irrigation, the blocks that you have, go to the farthest hole, drip hole. Inamaanisha kama maji inaanza pale, the farthest one itakuwa the last hole pale. Weka kachupa chini yake. Angalia in 10 minutes kile itakuwa imepata. Ask yourself, if every day inapata that amount, will it grow? If you think ni kidogo, it means maybe you want to add more minutes. But the pressure is always affected by how long it is. The thickness, this is what you call a bed. We've made a bed here. You have 2 drip lines, and then you have, the land is raised. It's like a bed with a shoulder. This helps so that to reduce flooding. Like if it rains a lot, ASAL areas have extremes. Kukiwa na jua ni jua extreme. Mvua ikikuja, flooding. So this one helps to move the water to this trench na inapotea.
The width, does it matter?
Now this is based on what is drilled at the pipe, the sub-main pipe that supplies here. Most of the time we give it maybe 1 foot difference or 1.5 foot.
So this one is purely under gravity.
Yes.
No power used.
No.
The only power used is to get the water into.
Maji kishaingia kwa tanki hapa hivi, fungulia, it runs with
and
that.
You do this one every year?
Yes. This is all around the year. We have vegetables for the school and even excess. So we sell to our neighbors throughout the year. Simply with this, we grow everything, even some of the maize that you might see, that you will definitely see for the cows, we grow using this.
There's something very interesting that you have said, whereby you give your employees the vegetables. Now, me, I'm so much concerned. Doesn't you strain this, despite all this motivation? I'm looking at that guy who will work in the cows, then he's supposed to be in the shamba, he's supposed to do this. Don't you overwork them?
No. What we do, we have various departments. Like now, the guys who work in the crop farm, that is their only work. Exclusively they work in the crop farm. There are guys who work with the cows, that is their only work, to work with the cows and to milk them. Then there are the ladies who work in the production, that is their only work, to make the yogurts and pasteurize the milk. Then now there is the team that also sells the milk. So the entire value chain has members, they don't cross to another department. Everybody sticks to that, so that when you have somebody for 2 years, 3 years, they have been able to, to perfect.
What is this secret you have to maintain an employee for 22 years? I mean, if someone was born in the year 2000, that someone already is almost finishing the degree.
Mm-hmm.
And you have maintained someone from the point of birth until that someone is in university.
Mm-hmm.
How have you managed that?
It's not an easy task. Many of my people, we still have even departments in the farm here. We have people who are here maybe less than 1 year. But what we usually do is that we try and make a system that is very fair, a system that helps somebody to grow, a system that helps somebody to, even in a simple place like the farm, mtu akikuja akiwa ni mtu wa pande ya kulima peke yake, they can grow to, maybe you teach them a little bit about irrigation, you teach them a little bit about maybe pest and disease control, and they can see that they are upgrading themselves. What I always tell my staff is that when we work together, because that's what I usually take it, that we are working together. When we work together, my desire will not be that somebody stops working because tumekosana. I want them, labda amejipanga nyumbani, ameweka mradi yake, na amesema sasa, wacha nipatie mtu mwingine chance afanye kibarua, mimi naweza jipanga nyumbani.
I can see here you have harvested some green maize. Probably it looks like 2-3 days ago. Some section I can see it's freshly cut. So what normally happens in this section? Remember you showed us some maize there in that establishment unit.
Yes.
Now you bring it here. How long will it take, or the process that it normally goes here?
Well, what you are seeing here is just, I think we've talked severally about farming with curiosity and being persistent. I always want to supplement my silage with fresh maize. So it's not about the quantity at once, it's the regularity of the supply. So every day I usually want about 200 plants of maize. And this bed that you are seeing here has 2 lines. One line carries about 100, the other line 100. So I just calculated like that with my farm manager.
You need just one bed.
So every day one bed gives me 200 plants. So that's how we calculate it every single day. So I can know that there's what was cut today, yesterday, like that. So we just plant in rotation. So from those seedlings you saw there, this is now the oldest crop that is being harvested. The one that is following it, you can see it behind there. So what is following it is that one. So at any one time, so we make them, the blocks are per month. So if this bed is per day, I need 30 beds, isn't it? So it means by the time the 30th bed is being cut, the next crop, it's ready for cutting. And we revolve. We know very well that our maize takes exactly 90 days. So it's just making sure that every month there's a crop of maize imefika 90 days.
I can see in this farm you normally do a lot of calculations. If 1 + 1 isn't adding up to 2, it must be 11. There must be a solution to every challenge.
We have to get a
solution.
So
here, every year round you have Napier, you'll have the fresh maize for cows. You'll have vegetables for the kids the whole year, and you'll have vegetables for sale in the shop.
Exactly.
Why don't you, there's something Bona Moses has taught us, curiosity. Why doesn't you have that curiosity to visit Syokimau, House of Hope shop? You get good fresh vegetables from the farm, you get milk from the farm, and you have a healthy eating. Also remember to subscribe to our channel and always view our videos. Leave a comment there on what we are doing. Thank you and have a lovely time.